Petermen's blackmail on the Dannison case. You know, a dint case for Petermen. Petermen was using that because Petermen was trying to cover up the Sam Mills thing because he wanted Norm Miller to have immunity for the John Berg immunity investigation. And actually, what Peterman was going to do was blackmail me with that in the future. I knew this shit when I was a kid. So what I did before that thing even happened was I went right into it. I told the courts what was going to happen, how it was going to go down, why it was going to go down, and all this other shit, how we're going to fucking basically solve it. I got Tyler Begg and Casey Dannison civil rights out of their mouths straight to my face so I could talk about this shit because Chris Peterman was actually going to cover up the murder of Sam Mills. And then, if anything, Chris Peterman just like, hey, let's move on. He would have tried to move on like he was never involved in his bar license, was never used in the Tyler Biggs and Casey Dannison case to give Norm Miller immunity. So then that way he could have federal immunity with Jenny L. Clark. That way he could work, to arrest Doug Grayson. And then he could, Patsy Sattler was hooked up, who gave Jen Grant immunity in Portland with Janine Martwick, who are the actual sex offenders. And actually all the cops are victims. And then all of this shit. See, it would have been pure blackmail. If it wasn't for me when I was a kid, I went in, I bitched about that shit, and I made it a real life case. I proved negligence. I did shit that Chris Peterman does not have the balls to do it all himself. And I went in alone without a lawyer, proving this was a hit. It was a real life thing, and it is purely political in between Roseburg and Columbia County because Bonnie Boom thinks she has immunity over the Boom family because of the O'Shea S&D that could have happened on 52188 Eggleston Lane. And O'Shea thought they had immunity to not have my dad in a conservatorship so they could give my mom the house, sell it, work with Patty O'Neill, and then, have Donna Hassler alive, and that's it. And Dave Boom's dead, Lyle Boom's dead, Danny Boom's manslaughtered, and Chad Boom's the only witness, and we think he's drunk and crazy and he takes pills, so he can't talk, and he's incredible. That's what happened in the Dannison case. If it wasn't for me, all Chris Peterman would be doing would be using Free by the Sea and Ocean Park, Washington, where Tyler lives, to fucking blackmail the state and the federal government, saying that the Dint team could investigate that shit.